Yo, what is up, everyone? My name is Daniel Curtis Hughes. Welcome to Dano Crypto, and on this channel, I show you how to make simple and effective moves in the crypto ecosystem. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. I am returning from my hiatus of trying to make these consistent crypto videos. I was doing really good, and then as you can see, I have a keyboard set up right there on the side of me. I've been practicing for some shows that are coming up, and I'm a drummer by original trade, being a musician, but I've been practicing doing some keys and doing some vocals. So yeah, so that's been taking up some time, and my daughter is doing all kinds of preschool stuff, and she's turning 3, and just all kinds of cool life stuff that's been happening. But all at the same time, there's been some crazy stuff happening all around the world and in crypto. All since my last video, we had Russia invade Ukraine, which is terrible. A lot of things and repercussions that go into that globally. But what on the positive side of that, we saw how crypto came in and was a full representation of what it's meant to be, and it's to empower the people and have freedom of money, and also to be able to use that as for relief. And when people were lined up, for miles basically to get to the ATMs to take money out, and all the banks and stuff, around in Ukraine or in Russia, cryptocurrency proved that if you have control of your money in that way, it's like the perfect hedge against the global one monetary system government, that they've tried to put together for years. But I think now that we've had this mass adoption happening and seeing the effects of what a small scale war can do on crypto markets, because we actually haven't seen that. In traditional markets, we've seen the effects of what a natural disaster or like pandemic or something of that nature, but we haven't seen how it can fully how war can affect crypto. So it's pretty interesting what happened and how we've seen the prices actually go into the green for people actually having good sentiment in the market even during those times. So I find that interesting. And someone who pointed that out was Cryptos R Us George. Shout out to George for having a really cool perspective on the whole thing with Russia and Ukraine and how it ties into all the markets. So actually what I want to talk about is my crypto portfolio and where it is right now, and also what I've kind of jumped in and out of, and what's been going on with the coins that I've been holding, for some transparency and to help you guys out. So it's going to go into CoinMarketCap, and we're going to look at Bitcoin. So Bitcoin has done a few fake outs since my last video. So it's gone up, gone down, but now I think actually it's starting to go on the upswing. It's at 43,000. Everyone was kind of pushing, it just needs to hold that resistance level at like above 40,000. So it did that. And also with Ethereum needing to hold its resistance going above 3,000, it's also done that as well. So the markets are looking really good. The total market cap of the entire market is getting close to 2 trillion. So once it's starting to get past that, get into the 2 trillion mark, that's when we are going to start seeing a lot of these altcoins and everything start to kind of follow suit with Bitcoin. And we've seen something interesting that's happened. So if you're familiar with Billionaire, or with the Bored Ape Yacht Club and CryptoPunks, so Yuga Labs is behind the Bored Ape Yacht Club, and it's an NFT project. They launched 10,000 unique apes. And then if you're familiar with the CryptoPunks, those are 10,000 unique 8-bit avatars, all with different unique rarities. Same with the Bored Apes, and the Yuga Labs basically, those two NFT projects merged together, and now since their merge, they did an airdrop of a token called ApeCoin, and so now the ApeCoin is in circulation and was dropped to its holders of CryptoPunks and of Bored Apes. And if you had if you had multiple copies or multiple NFTs, then you would get dropped like a certain amount. So along with that, ApeCoin was launched on exchanges like Voyager, like Crypto.com, and all sorts of other exchanges. So if we want to look at it really quick, we can see when it launched, the price was launched at I think it was $34 around there, and then it basically sold off super quick, and then now it's kind of starting to sustain around between $10 and $14. So it's trying to find its true value, and who knows? I mean, there's so much money behind this project, and what this coin actually is a DAO-based token that is an ERC20 token, which is an Ethereum token, smart contract token. It's going to be linked in their metaverse ecosystem. So they're planning on launching a video game. They're planning on launching all types of different things that is going to be tied into this coin. So this coin could potentially skyrocket in the future, depending on how much they deliver on what they are promising. So I actually, during the launch, hopped into it and was trying to scalp a little bit of profit off of it, and made the mistake of not timing it properly, because one of the #1 rules right now when you're trying to jump into alts when it's a little bit volatile is that you have to make sure that if it's going up in profit, you have to take profit, scalp it, and make sure you're getting in and out, because if you don't plan on holding this stuff for really long term, then you're going to catch yourself losing money, and then you are potentially going to sell at a loss. So you just have to know that if you're planning on holding something long term, then that's totally fine. Then that's your strategy. But that wasn't my strategy at that point, and I just didn't time it right. But so along with that, we had ApeCoin launch. That's something new. So something that I wanted to talk about as well is a coin that I hold called Ariva. And Ariva had something happen to their staking factory, which was their platform where you can stake your Ariva and earn a APR of between 29 and 50% was what it was fluctuating between. So someone basically hacked the staking factory and took millions of dollars and basically transferred it into a B&B and sold it immediately. So I'm not sure if they were able to actually track down who did that, but what followed was that the staking factory was shut down, and anyone who wanted to basically receive a refund of their tokens had to go through a KYC process, a know your customer process, where you had to send your ID, get your ID scanned and do a face scan, and also give them your address. So what I did, because I did actually have my my moon bag of Ariva staked in that factory, went through the KYC, I actually got the coins sent back to my MetaMask. And so now, since they've done all that, they've done some upgrades to the website. They're still pushing forward with their roadmap. I think they have an updated white paper and roadmap. So that's something promising, because I was a little worried. I thought when that happened, because the price dropped substantially after the news, it dropped about 60% or below, but it recovered pretty quickly after. So I find that pretty promising for this. So if you're not familiar with Ariva, it's basically labeling itself as a tourism coin, where they are going to be linked into the, physical real world tourism. And then also now it's funny that you have to say real world tourism, and now there's also going to be metaverse tourism with digital land sales and all of that. So it's definitely full reality now. And I think the more that it becomes mainstream, something like Ariva coin is, potentially a good investment. All of these are speculative investments. You have to do your research and pick which project, you feel strongly about, and what you feel is something, that is going to actually sustain in the future. Because a lot of these coins, 80% or more of these coins are going to not meet the expectations or the roadmaps, and they might just completely disappear. So it's good to keep up with projects that are actually trying to really solve like real world problems and also just do something really cool. So that's the news with Ariva. So also what I wanted to mention about was Cardano. So Cardano has been like, it's kind of skirting around that area where it was like 80 cents and it's still below $1 for a while. So, and a lot of people, basically dogging on Cardano for that. But all while the price action wasn't really doing much, the total volume locked into the project has been increasing substantially. So what that means is that all the basically the total amount like staked and the value staked into the blockchain, that basically is the full liquidity of the project, has been rising, and also the amount of wallets that are being created has been increasing as well. So I think with that, Cardano has been seeing good price action, and it finally went up past like 5%. Cardano kind of moves really slow sometimes, and now it's actually been seeing some really cool price action. So if we look at it really quick, go to Cardano, we can see actually on the 24-hour it's been up 10%. So the volume actually just recently, when I was looking at it yesterday, it was 80%. So one of the things that I've been learning is that if you watch the volume a lot of the times can predict the price. So if the volume is going up extremely high and then you haven't seen the price moving, if there's a big gap between the volume and where the price movement is percentage, then you can base a little bit of your trades on that. So I think that's a good sign that Cardano still have some movement towards the upside. So that's awesome. I'm invested in Cardano. I have over 1,000 Cardano. That was always my goal, to get over 1,000. I kind of like at certain points stopped buying because at my average cost, I have been trying to figure out, where I wanted to buy in again. And I'm kind of just waiting to get to a point where I'm past my initial investment, way past it, so that I can take some profit and then see where the price moves. Because now I've learned you have to kind of jump in, take profit, jump back out, because of how crypto moves. It's not like normal investments in the stock market. Like, there's price movements that can fluctuate between 25 to 30% in a few months, and then you can miss multiple opportunities to rinse and repeat your positions. So that's something that I'm learning right now, and that I have to take into account. Even with something as a project like Cardano, you can have those opportunities. More so on the alts that have a smaller market cap, you can really see some price fluctuations move around substantially. So a lot of those, like, I do have in my watch list, something like Orca, something like Altura. I've added a lot of stuff in here on my watch list that I would like to go over in another video, but I want to keep this one relatively short. So if you're back to my channel, thank you so much for returning to this video. I'm going to keep making videos, I promise. I'm going to get back on the swing. I think now, even though that I wasn't making videos, I've still been keeping up with the market. So I'm still gaining knowledge, still trying to get my brain working in the language of crypto, and something that I think you guys would be excited to hear about. I am going to be part of an NFT gallery opening locally in a city next to me in Jacksonville, and it's going to be basically a debut of a friend of mine and his partner's business, which is going to be a NFT gallery. So they're trying and testing out this new idea. I think it's, it's very bold of them, because even though, you guys might know about it, but most of the, people that I talk to, don't own an NFT yet. They don't have a digital wallet. So I'm basically going there as an ambassador of crypto to talk and help people out who are going to be there, and help them set up a wallet, help them, learn about NFTs. So what I'm going to do is film that experience and put it up, and maybe I think we can get some really valuable information. So, yep, that is it, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.